All right, welcome back. Breaking news right now, and this is just coming in from the Nassau County Emergency Management. The fugitive, the suspect Patrick McDowell, it seems like has been apprehended now.
Again, that is a tweet that was just sent out by Nassau Emergency Management. We know there had been a lot of activity along Ballpark Road there in Callahan. Things really intensifying within the last couple of hours. Our Leah Shields is in the area. Let's get to her right now. So Leah, what are you seeing? What are you hearing out there in that area along Ballpark Road?
Well, we did see a fire truck going this way. Unclear if that's involved at all, but we are waiting to see if we see an ambulance or any more officers head towards Jacksonville. We know obviously bigger hospitals are in that way. We also have another crew headed towards Ballpark Road right now. We just got the all clear from the public information officer with Nassau County Sheriff's Office that they could then get closer to where we believe this all went down, where we believe Patrick McDowell was arrested. So again, Ballpark Road, let's give you a mental image of this. Where it's at is there's a Sandy Ford Road where you've seen all of us go live for the last 4 or 5 days. If there's a woods there, if you make it to the other side of the woods, that is where Ballpark Road is. That is where all that police activity was focused in on. Again, I'm on US 1 right now because this is where media was kind of pushed back for a while that police activity was going on. Again, we've gotten the all clear, so we have a crew headed closer in right now, and we are waiting to see if any ambulances come in this area. For now, Leah Shields, First Coast News, on your side.
All right, Leah, thank you. So as we await to hear from the deputies there in Nassau County, perhaps a sigh of relief for the community. You know, as folks have been told to shelter in place, been told to close their blinds, lock their doors as well. This does end what would now have been today, day 5 in this manhunt for Patrick McDowell after being accused of shooting and killing Deputy Moyers, who was just 29 years old.
And this had been such an intense search in this area. I mean, hundreds of law enforcement had been called in to search the area around Sandy Ford Road, right there off of 301. And they intensely focused on that area really over the last 5 days. Law enforcement was saying they were confident that he was still in that area. Initially, they found a hat and a flashlight not far from Sandy Ford Road, and it turns out of course, their investigation, their inclinations were correct, because now he has been apprehended just kind of on the other side of those woods near Ballpark Road.
Yeah, right in fact, we're hearing right by a baseball field. The Little League Park is right there. There had been, thoughts thrown out, and in fact, it became a statewide manhunt. We had seen the alert sent to all of our phones. What was a blue alert. Thank you, a blue alert dealing with law enforcement, and it was again statewide with the perhaps inclination that maybe he had gotten out of that area that they had squared off, but nonetheless it always seemed like Nassau County and the regional law enforcement agencies helping out, including JSO, Florida Fish and Wildlife. You even had guys coming up from Putnam County, FDLE, all kind of staying right there. So you wondered how long, that lockdown of Highway 301 was going to be, up 121 to River Road, and that seems to be kind of that circled area where they had it and had him cornered.
So again, apprehended alive at this point along Ballpark Road. We're talking about suspect Patrick McDowell. For those of you who are just joining us, he is the man suspected of shooting and killing Deputy Moyers on Friday and shooting JSO K-9 Chaos. Now, Chaos is expected to survive, but the hunt had been intense, and we'll be working to find out more on, where they think he had been hiding, because they've been using infrared to try and find him at night. They had been going door to door through that area. So we'll be working to find out more about how they believe he stayed hidden for these kinds of 5 days.
And not to be forgotten, and of course won't be forgotten in all of this, is that Deputy Joshua Moyers, just 29 years old, who we know will be laid to rest this weekend. It'll be Saturday, his funeral there in Nassau County at Callahan First Baptist Church. So we're going to get a reset here. It is 12:28. We've got a lot more to bring you here. First Coast News at noon. We've got a whole other half hour as we work to gather more information and hear, hopefully very soon, from the Nassau County Sheriff's Office about exactly how Patrick McDowell was finally apprehended. We'll be right back with much more.